everyone, it's Amanda Monica Arlumi, and we are here today with a super great friend of ours. You could say a best friend of ours from across the seas, Miss Nix Haley, 22. Her design, her newest design, called the Puerto Princesa. And I have also worked on her fastening, how she does her bracelets. They're so gorgeous. I'm still working on it, okay? I'm working on it because she is such an artist. And I did this rendition of her bracelet before she told me how she does the beading on hers. So I just did it the old-fashioned way that we always do. By putting it on the bands, and I don't know, I'll have to ask her if she has someone having a tutorial come out later on of how she does hers. So I will ask her that, and we will see later on. This is definitely the blinged version. Now, this bracelet was named the Puerto Princesa after I did a little research in Palawan in the Philippines, and I hope I'm saying that right, that is an underground river. And it has something to do with mermaids. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's an underground river, and I know that I would love to go and visit there. Amanda and I would just I know I would not be in the bikini, but just saying. If you cannot see on camera, if it doesn't translate on camera, these little, cabochons, I guess, have little mermaids in them with a lot of glitter. Because I couldn't find a giant mermaid, gorgeous bling to put in the middle, so I put a fish. And of course, the colors that I chose are the colors to best fit the rendition that Miss Nix Haley did in hers. I mean, why can I not find in our Michaels or Joann's or Hobby Lobby those gorgeous mermaids? I mean, come on. And look, I'm still trying to perfect this. I'm working on it. But this is Miss Nix Haley's amazing account. Love, love, love her. She also has 2 other tutorials out right now by another best friend of ours, Miss Artisan Loom, the King's Armor. The King's Armor. And also chained double border, how you have it on the sides. And I think that this is a series that Artisan Loom's doing because she is the blingiest of them all. So this one is our blinged version, and this one was done with the 300 pack counts of 100% silicone, and so it is a little thicker, and I wanted to try it with the length that we're going to be doing today in the 600 packs of kind of the same concept, trying to use very similar colors to the ones that are in the blinged version, but they don't offer the same exact colors. So this is the comparison. Today we're going to be doing like shades of pink in our example today. What I will tell you is this is what we consider a cuff bracelet. And there it is. A nice cuff. And then this is Miss Nix Haley's version of how she closes off hers. And I will show you now that she has, she had some thicker jump rings that were nice. They're a copper shade. This is what I had on hand because right now we're going through this whole snowstorm, which is crazy. And then you put the beads through both of them. She called it paracord style. And then this last bead needs to be tight enough where it would hold those its shape right here. So if you needed to tighten up the bracelet, that it would keep it tight. And these other two don't have to be as tight, but this one down here does. So we are going to go ahead and start on the tutorial for the Puerto Princesa bracelet. I just love saying it. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is a 9-pin bar design. Whoa, let's just get that out. Whoa. So you will need 18 pin bars for a full cuff. I know, it's a lot. It's 6 looms. Just saying. But this is a gorgeous design, and my bestie, she brought it home to this one. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how you need to set up your loom with the 9 pin bars. So as you can see here, we're going to go by each row. The first 2 need to be at the same level. Okay? The first 2 need to be the same level. Then the next one's going to go down, and you're going to go down a half pin each time for the next 3. So 1, 2, down a half, down a half, down a half. Okay? Now you're going to go up a half, up a half, up a half. And then it's going to stay at the same length on this side. So on either side of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On either side of this 5V, you're going to have 2 pin bars each that are the same side or same length. They're going to be parallel. They're not going to be dipping down, okay? And then here in the middle, you're going to have 5 pin bars that is staggered into a V shape. Alright, so like I said, for today's tutorial, we are going to be doing shades of pink. Now, on this setup, I have a couple extra shades that I'm not using, but I just wanted to show this. Some of the Rainbowloom shades of pink that could be used, that I just pulled out of our bins. Here is the regular opaque pink. This is the fuchsia. This is the pale pink from either the camo pink or the skin tone. This is the jelly rose. Jelly pink rose or jelly, something like that. It's the jelly pink. Now we have the 3 newer pinks. Not the newest. There is a newer version that's the dual layered that I do not have that's a pink. But this is the medieval pink. This is the pink pearl pink lemonade. And then this is the pink sweets 600. Now these are all the regular bands, not the 100% silicone bands. These are just some that I pulled out of my regular trays. Now today we will be using all of these colors except for the jelly and the skin tone. So we'll be using the fuchsia, the opaque pink, the pink sweets, the pink lemonade, and the pink medieval today. We will also be using pretty much a staple in most loomers cabinets today, which is mother of pearl. And I will go along with the bracelet and tell you where they are on this bracelet versus where they are on the loom, because it's a little easier to see on this bracelet versus the loomed version. So why don't you go get your bands and get all that together, get your pin bars ready, and make sure everything is in the correct places, make sure everything's secure, and come right back. I'll be here. All right, so to go along with this bracelet, I wanted to tell you where each one of the colors that we are using is going to lay. So we're on this one, I have the Persian 600 turquoise. I will be using the pink medieval on this, the outside bands right here. Where I have the sweet 600 blue, I will be using opaque pink. Now this line here, it's going to be the exact same. I'm going to be using mother of pearl. Okay, this line here is mother of pearl. Where I have the purple and the blue, I think that's what it is, purple and blue, I will be using the sweet pink color for that one. Then I'm going to have another line of mother of pearl. Okay. Now inside it's a row of starbursts. And on this one I did 2 different colors. So I thought on the one that I'm doing in the tutorial, I'm going to do 2 different colors. So I will be using the fuchsia and the pink lemonade. So I will alternate them between pink lemonade and the fuchsia. And so this is how the bands are going to be going, and that we will be working from the outside in. So that's how many bands or band choice colors we're going to be using. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, skipping this one, 5, 6. There's 6 different colors. I just skipped this one because there's going to be 2 rows of mother of pearl. So 6 band colors. You can choose 5 if you want. You can choose less than that. It's all up to you. But like I said, that's what we're going to be using in the tutorial today. And I wanted to show you where everything was going to be laying. So let's get started. The last thing I wanted to say was, on the 9-pin bar setup, if you count for an average size wrist, if you count from the first pin bar, if you count 22 pins down, that's how long, and I put a band here just to show you, that's how long you're going to need to have for an average length wrist size. So let's get started. And like I said, we are going to start with the medieval pink. I'm going to drop 2 bands right here in the middle because that's going to help us later on when we're going to close the bracelet. Now we're just, at this point, we're just doing the perimeter right here on the end. So we're going from the left and the right. And then let's go out. These are just single bands. And what you do to one side, you need to do to the other. So this is how yours should look now. All right, and now what we're going to be doing is starting laying our bands that are on the outside of our bracelet. They make the X's. Now, if you want to place the beads like I have here, what you're going to need to do is you're not going to put them on this first band. You're going to put them on the second band. So this first band, you're going to go from the left pin to the right pin. And then you're going to go, this would be the band that you would put your bead on. You're going to go from the right to the left. Okay? Now you're going to mirror that over here. So you're going to go from the right to the left, and then from the left to the right. Now let's do this again. We're just doing X's all the way up to the top of our 22nd pin. Remember, you're mirroring the X placement bands. One side you're going from the left to the right, and the other side you're going from the right to the left. If it will help you, you can look at it that you are going from the outside in on your first band. That usually helps me when I'm trying to think of which band goes first. So you're going all the way up to that 22nd pin. I'm going to continue doing this, and I will see you back when you get to that 22nd pin, because then we're going to show you how to close it. Alright, so I went down to the 22nd pin on both sides. Now I'm going to go in on both sides and do the rest of the perimeter. So I'm going to go on top of these last two bands. I'm going to put a band across of them. Just like that. Now I'm going to go up, because you're going to have this going up into that V right here. It's an upside down V now though. So it's kind of like an A-frame. And that's all you do to complete the perimeter on this. Now I will say, if you go more than 22 or less than 22, you just need to know that when you stop, you may end up at a place where you won't have a full starburst here in the middle. I had to think of what they were called. You may end up with a starburst with 3 at the end. I did at the end of this one, and it was fine. Because I did a full 2 looms length, and I did that to the 23rd one, and it went down to here, and I had 3 bands here, which it worked out totally fine. Just know that if you go to a different loom length, that you may have a different part in the middle. Instead of a whole starburst, you would need only 3. And I'm assuming at this point, most people would know how to modify that part if you're doing a 9-pin bracelet. Just saying. Alright, so now we are going to do, on this one, it is the Sweets blue here, the 600 pack. Like I said before, we're going to be using the opaque pink for this part. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a zigzag pattern back and forth. So we're going to start at the 2nd bar pin and go to the 3rd. And you're just doing a zigzag all the way down to the end of the loom, or to the end of the bracelet on the loom, on both sides. So you're going to do on that side, and you're going to start on this one right here, and you're going to go in and do the same on this one. Just going on a zigzag pattern. Nix Haley is such a sweet person to work with. She really has been one of the people that has kept us smiling so much here lately. And she almost left looming at one point, and that would have made Amanda and myself so very sad. So we are so glad that we are honored to be doing a tutorial for her design. It's just, we just feel so warm fuzzies inside. To know that we have friends. Ooh, did I just put that? No, I didn't. I thought I just put two bands on top of each other. To know that we have best friends all the way across the world like that is just amazing. So I am just continuing doing the zigzags all the way up the loom. I'm going to go off camera and I will show you where I stopped at the end of the bracelet. Here's where I ended the pink zigzags, the pink opaque zigzag on the bracelet. Now I'm going to go down. I'm taking the mother of pearl, and all I'm doing with this is I'm starting on the 3rd and 7th pin bar, and I'm doing 2 single chains. So I think that, like I've said in some previous tutorials, that's probably the first thing that we learned when we loomed. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows how to make a single chain, and I'm just going all the way up to the end of the loom with this. So I'm going to continue this off camera because I'm probably boring you, unless you would like to hear me sing. But I think you probably don't. So I will do the rest of this off camera. Alrighty. Okay, so I did the single chains down to the end of the bracelet. Here are the ones on the 3rd and the ones on the 7th. Just so you know, when I went off camera, I might have sung a little bit of Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. Just saying. Just saying what you might have missed out on. I really would like to do some like cool dance moves, but you know, I'm doing these without anybody seeing my cool, you know. Anyways, so the next part of the bracelet that we're going to be doing is, I have a fuzzy in the air, is with the Sweets Pink, and this is also like we did with the pink opaque here with a zigzag. These are also going to be done in another zigzag. So actually laying of the bands, once you get the first part down, or the first section down, you kind of got it down for the next couple little bits. So we're just laying in a zigzag on that side. And then on this side. What you do to one side, you mirror to the other. So since I'm just laying these in a zigzag fashion, I'm going to continue this off camera and probably sing a little bit more to myself since I'm all alone in this room. Part of your world. Sorry. Okay, and I will come back and show you how to do the rest. And I'll be right back. Alright. So the last place where I put the Sweets Pink was right here on the 3rd and the 7th pin bar. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to do another row right here on the 4th and the 6th pin bar of a single chain in mother of pearl again. Like I said before, it's a single chain. We know how to do single chains. Let me show you on the example bracelet. As you can see, there's 2 single chains on each one, on each side of the mother of pearl. And that's just how it's going to be on here too, because we're using mother of pearl for it again. Like I said, it's like a staple in every loomer's library now. So you're going to do this one all the way to the end, just like you did the last 2 single chains. So I'm going to continue this and be right back. Here's where the 2 single chains stop. And now I'm going to go down to the end. Now this is where everything is going to come together. This is where we're going to do basically a starburst chain here in the middle. probably the first advanced bracelet that all of us did. So this is what we're going to start out with. We're going to start out with the pink lemonade, and we're going to do one starburst in pink lemonade, then one starburst in the fuchsia, and then one starburst in pink lemonade, one starburst in fuchsia. So that's how we're going to go. So let's start by doing our first starburst. So if you don't remember how to do a starburst, you're always going to start at basically this, if you look at a clock, at the 2 o'clock position, and then go around from there. So go from there, and then you're just spiraling around. And now you can move on to the next starburst, but first, I like to do these as I go, just because it's easier for me so I don't forget each time. You're going to put a cat band in the middle of each one of these, and to make it a little tighter so it's not so spread out in the middle, I'm going to wrap it around the peg 3 times instead of 2. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're ready to start our second one. So we're going to go up here. Here's where we ended our last one. We're going to go up here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I keep pushing the ones down the middle. 5 and 6. Now I'm going to do around once, around twice, 3 times. Now let's go back to pink lemonade. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we're going to put our cat band in the middle, around once, twice, oops, and 3 times. I'm going to do one more with you, and I'm going to go off camera and finish the rest of them. Alright, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we have our cat band around once, twice, 3 times. So done 4. I'm going to complete the rest of them off camera, and I will be right back. Alright, so here's the last starburst that I put in, and I put the cat band in. This is how everything should look. We are done except for putting the cat band on, but we have one move to make before we put the cat band on the very end. So what we're going to do first is we have to loom out the first band on this starburst. Let me turn the loom around. We got to loom out this first fuchsia band on the starburst, so then when we put the cat band, the first band will be underneath the cat band. So I'm going to go in behind the cat band that we placed on the starburst and grab that top band, which is this one that goes vertical. And now I can put the cat band here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the perimeter color, which is the medieval pink, and I'm using 2 bands just to secure it, especially since this is such a wide bracelet. And I'm going to double cap it. So now it's over the starburst bands that we have just placed. So when we go in and grab the bottom perimeters later on, that starburst will be locked in there. So now we're going to go out and we are going to loom out all of these starbursts. So let's go. And we've done this first, and you're just going to go inside of each one of the cat bands and loom out how the bands were placed. And if you don't remember how you place the bands, if you did it differently from the way that I did here in the video, then just loom out whichever band is on top, from top to bottom. There's my first starburst. Kind of looks like a flower. That's what I always thought they were. Alright, and then we're going to go in and we're going to grab this first pink lemonade band that's connected to the bottom of the starburst, the first starburst, and pull it forward. That's what's going to link all of these starbursts together. Then we're going to go in behind that one and the cat band, and then start looping out all of the bands. Remembering to go from top to bottom. You should be making teardrops. Let's go to the fuchsia. Grab that one. Pull it forward. Go behind all the cat bands. Loom it out. You will be hearing your boards crack and creak, let me tell ya. It's not a super tight bracelet, but just the fact that it's 9 pin bars wide. Alright, so then you're going to go in and grab that next one, loom it up, and then go around and loom all of those bands in order. So I'm going to continue doing this throughout the rest of the bracelet on the starbursts, and I will come back when I have the last starburst looped. So I loomed out all of these starbursts, as you can see. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to loom out the first 2 mother of pearl single chains. So I'm just going in behind those first starbursts and going behind and starting to loom up those single chains. Making sure I go behind the starburst bands that I have just loomed out on both sides. I'm going to continue doing this and I will be right back, because this is just a single chain. We all know how to do the single chain. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so here are the 2 single chains that I finished looping. Now our next bit are the sweet pink. And the first one that we're going to do, it's going to be different than the whole rest. The first 2 band, or the first band on each side, is going to be different than how we're going to do the rest. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. I'm going to grab the first band and we're going to pull it back here. Alright? We're going to go in here. We're going to pull it back. Because if we went over here and pulled it over here, there wouldn't be anything for it to link onto. So that's why we went in from the middle and then took it outwards. Now the rest of the time, we're just looping back and forth. We're going from this one, and then we're going outside, and now we're going back inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, and outside. We're going to do that to the same thing to this other side. Inside and outside. Inside and outside. Inside and outside. So I'm going to continue this and I will be right back. Here is where the sweet pink stop. On this one and this one. Now down here was the only 2 bands that it was different at the very beginning. Now we're going to go and do our second 2 rows of mother of pearl bands of single chain. So going behind that sweet pink, grab the mother of pearl, And then just go in behind the sweets pinks and grab the mother of pearl and do the single chain at both sides. And these are really nice accent chain pieces that just add a little nice touch of a different pop of color to the bracelet. So I am going to go off camera and finish these single chains. Here is the chains of mother of pearl chains, the last ones. Now we're moving on to the pink opaques. Now on these, they are also the zigzag pattern, but they're going to be looped totally different than the sweets pink was. You're going to be grabbing the bands from inside of the mother of pearl single chain, and you're going to be taking them outside. So grab the first chain or the first band, pull it out, second band, and pull it out. Always going in behind the sweets pink and the mother of pearl. Pull it out, pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. Same on this side. They were put on the loom the same way, but they're being looped a different way. So make sure that you grab the ones on the top first so that they will stay and make a teardrop. And I'm going to go off camera and continue doing this. And I will show you what it looks like at the very end. Oops, I pulled two off at once. Grab the first one, grab the second one. Alright, be right back. Alright, so I loomed out the last one right here, the opaque pink. Now it is time to loom out the borders, or the perimeter. So now I'm going to go inside of our double banded cat band down here and make sure I pull back that fuchsia band from that first starburst and grab the top of the pink medieval band, take it to the one side, go in behind all those, take the other one to the other side, then go and grab the bands all the way over that way and then all the way over this way. Now if you remember, when we ended the bracelet we put a horizontal band right here on top of the X. We're going to loom that out now. Pull back those perimeter bands. Now that's not the X that we're looming out right now yet. It's just that first horizontal band. So make sure that we get both sides of those X's caught. So now we are getting ready to do the X. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in behind all of those bands and grab the X that's on top on the left, and then this side grab the one on the right, and now you're going to grab the one that's underneath, and you're going to make sure you do that every time. Grab the outside one first and then grab the inside one. Outside, then inside. Alright, so what you're going to do all the way down the loom on both of these outside X's. You do the outside, then the inside. Outside, then the inside. Alright, I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to go off camera. Alright. And I'm going to stop down here at the end and I'll show you how to close it off. Alright, the last part that I did was the X on these last two pins. I haven't done any of the border of the perimeter part on the end here. Now I have another horizontal band here and another horizontal band here. That's what I'm going to loom out now. just helped it a little bit. Now I'm going to go in on one side and in on the other side, making sure I go in behind those bands. All right, now we are ready to pull the bracelet through our 2 bands that we dropped earlier. And what we're gonna do, so I just pulled it through those, and I'm gonna grab a C-clip. I just grabbed one of the larger ones. And make sure you get it through all 4 sides of those 2 bands. Now, since this is such a large bracelet, I'm going to take off the outside 4 rows, 2 rows on each side, just so we don't have any bands breaking, because, like I said, 9 pin bars. 9 pin bars. I need like Jeopardy music now. Da 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 da. And then sometimes you can pull it with your fingers. Now all I can think of is the Jeopardy theme song. And I don't even like Jeopardy. I mean, I like Jeopardy. I can do really great at like the kids' Jeopardy. Is that sad? Is that really sad? I loved it when there was one part or one time where they ask if it was a Rainbowloom question, and it was like, who is the inventor of Rainbowloom? I was like, it's Chun! It's Chun! Alright, so now I'm just ripping it off like a band-aid, and there goes my pin bars. It's like, how you doing? Wah, 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 wah. Alright. Ugh. Pull it off. Like ripping a band-aid off. Just don't rip it off that fast. Okay, let me pause this and get this loom out of the way. Alright, so here it is off of the loom, and I'm just stretching it some to make sure all those bands getting into the correct places. And of course, all of the bands that we used here on our channel are going to be Rainbowloom brand bands. So they are the best quality. Alright. So now I have stretched it out and all the bands are in the correct places. I really do love this like pink ombre effect. Alright, here's like a pink ombre, and then there's like an ocean ombre. Alright, so let's get our blinged one out too. It won't sit quite as nice as the other ones because it's all attached. This is the Puerto Princesa, and this was by our friend Nix Haley 22. If you choose to make this amazing design, if you would please tag and hashtag Miss Nix Haley 22. Also, she has an amazing account that I know that you all would love to look at. And if you would like to start following her, she has amazing creations. I mean, look at that. Just look at that. And then here is the Lovelock bracelet that we did for Miss Lumi Mama. And she just has just amazing stuff. So that is her account. If you would tag and hashtag her, if you would also tag and hashtag us, we would love to see your renditions. We would love to see your blinged versus unblinged versions. We know that there are so many different combinations that are out there that have not even been thought of. I wanted to show the back again. When she sent to me the directions, she said it required 6 of these, what are these called? Jump rings? I went blank for a second. And I got this rope at Joann's, I believe. They have it at Michael's. They have it at Hobby Lobby. And the beads I got at Joann's. And like I said, make sure this bottom band has is smaller and will get you to where that it will keep the bracelet tight. If you need it made smaller, you can do that with these. As you can see with this design, it looks like it makes a like a V or an A-frame like we did on the bracelet, but if you stretch it out, it can go right back and it goes in, and you can just do what I did and it makes a gorgeous cuff. So this is the Puerto Princesa. Please tag hashtag like I said. Love our Nyx Haley. Need to talk about what I'm wearing today. This is, of course, our design, the Spectrum, after Autism Awareness. Love, love, love it. It's one of our main reasons for looming, our dear Adam. These are 2 of the bracelets that we have done tutorials for from our dear family member, as we call her now, because she is nothing less than that, Miss Jo, 5 Kids Cause Chaos's funky crossed braid in her Sherlock Holmes color scheme. And this is Enchanted Hearts by Mr. Crafter. Both of these can be found on our channel. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it was okay and easy enough to follow. I look forward to tons more of our best friend, our Mars's creations coming. So excited. You all have a great evening. Bye, guys.